Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna continue with Ashen. We have one more quest in the West Alley, which we're gonna start now. I walked around the town without any new development on the missing item or new requests for work. Days like this did happen once in a while. That was when I saw a familiar bag. It's Levin. I went closer to call him out. But my arm was pulled in a different direction, setting my balance off. It was then pulled around the corner. A thief? I quickly reached for the sword on my hip. Right before I drew it from its sat, I heard a frantic voice by my ear. It's probably Levi. I turned around to look and saw Levi. I was about to raise my voice, but he covered my mouth. He said that with a serious expression while pushing me against the wall. If someone saw us, it would look suspicious. We were pressed against each other. Levin's attention was completely focused on hiding from Levin, so he didn't realize. Why is he trying so desperate to hide? I stayed silent as he asked for the time being and let go of my mouth. Levin treated Levi with a brotherly sort of strictness. Whenever Levi was at fault, he would receive a ruthless lecturing. But never had Levin been unreasonable, at least from what I heard. You could have just told them yourself. Even if it were logical, a part of him couldn't agree to it. Levi wasn't the type to abandon his duty without reason. Levi didn't seem to realize that we were very close in proximity. He had pushed me against the wall so I couldn't move away. Why is there no image of it? Moved away, but being afraid of Levin, we continued to talk well hidden. While we were talking, I felt someone's presence approaching. I looked around the corner and jumped back in fear. It's 11.
でも母さんの料理に関してはしょうがないとこあると思うんだよな。破壊力が高すぎるっつうか、予想を超えてくるから精神が壊されるっつうか。
レビ、黙って。
Ooh. Opposition flipped. Me pushing Levi against the wall this time. Sorry, Lavam. I decided to help Levi today. I will turn him over to you next time. Perhaps he gave up on Levi or remembered another thing he had to do. He walked off somewhere else quickly. But that didn't mean he wouldn't come back. We should remain quiet for the time being. My eyes met with Levi's as he was trying to say something, so I mumbled to him. What? Levi's face was red as he looked far away. Positions were flipped, but what we were doing was the same. I thought it should be fine.
お前がやるのと俺がやるのは違うだろ。
何が違うのかわかんないよ。
わかんなくても違うんだよ。
His explanation wasn't making any sense. Levi pushed me away by the shoulder and looked over to see where Levan walked off. Now I was nervous because of how careless he was being. Levan could still be close by. I heard a dull thump because I pushed him in a rush away. I had slammed his face onto the wall. Jesus.
でもほら、ラバンはいないみたいだよ。これで一安心だ。
まあいいけどな。
I felt sorry when I saw his slightly red forehead. Levan didn't say anything, but I was sure it hurt.
ごめん。ちょっと見せて。打ったのはおでこだけ？
そうだけど見せるほどじゃねえよ。軽くぶつけただけだ。
いいからちょっと見せて。
I could see it had stood on my toes. Levi was much taller than I was, so I had to grab his shoulder to bring him to my eye level. I brushed his hair aside to see the part that got hit. It wasn't bleeding, it seemed like the impact of light.
ちょっと赤くなってるね。こうやって前髪で隠せば目立たないかな。
だからこれぐらい大したことないって言ってんだろ。そう。
ああ、ごめん。か
っこ悪い。
He gave him a big sigh. I just realized it, but the position we were in at the moment was also compromising. Touching his hair up close and personal, well, Levi is like family to me.
さ、何度も言うけど、レビが先にやったんだからね。
いや、俺は髪を触るまではしてないからな。
そういう問題？髪くらいお互い触りっこしたことあるだろ？何を今さら。
触り？お前、ガキん時の話だろ。って、そんなに触ったりしたことあったか？
あったんじゃない？覚えてないけど。
覚えてないのかよ。
レビはいつも俺の頭を触るじゃないか。だから触ったって普通かなと思ったんだ。
んなことねえよ。お前にされるのは違うっつうか。いや、さっきのは助かったけど。
I didn't know why, but Levi suddenly started rubbing my head.
何するんだよ。
お返しだよ。これでチャラな。こんなの別に言いたくねえし、心配されるほどのことじゃね
え。He lightly bumped his fist on my forehead and then took a few steps away from me.
それならいい
tried to fix my messed up hair. That was rank a childish way to get back at me.
とにかくかくまってくれて助かった。もし兄貴に会ったらすぐ戻るからって言っといてくれ。
I nodded and saw Levi off. His forehead and face were slightly red as he walked away at an unusual quick pace. He got so close all of a sudden and then backed off just as suddenly. Levi was easier to figure out, but I realized that I didn't know everything about him. Then again, that was only natural. Still, I wonder what it is that's so important that he has to do it now. But he's already long gone, so I couldn't ask. Knowing there was no point in lingering, I left the alleyway. We're only 11 minutes in, so I will do the non-one. I arrived at the town square and heard the bustling of the crowd. There were people preparing for the masquerade and stalls selling to them. A lot of town folks had gathered. There's still time until my next job. I decided to look around the shops in the square. I was mindful of saving money, so I wouldn't be buying anything, but looking around was fun itself. They have so many different colors here, and so many types. I stopped by a stall selling cloths made with yarn of all kinds of color. I rarely bought anything like this, but I imagine using that cloth to decorate my room. Considering how much money I had, that dream would never become a reality, but imagining it was free. I was looking through the shots when I felt something brush by my chest. Were those kids racing? It's dangerous doing that here. I wondered if I should scold them for it, but then my eyes met with a girl with pouting cheeks. After I patted her head, I noticed that our surroundings were eerily quiet. It seems that the children noticed it too and started looking around. What's going on? Oh my god. There were some people who huddled close and whispered. I tried to follow their line of sight. And there I saw the Hawks, the Hawk Lord, Olgar, Lucas, and a servant of theirs. I came at the wrong time, apparently. They were probably here to collect taxes, patrol the square, or maybe some other purpose. I didn't know the specifics, but either way, given the atmosphere, they were here simply to have a good time. The girl grabbed my sleeve and hid from Olga behind me.
所では大きな。
そっか。
Even small children are afraid of him. I perked my ears to try to hear their conversation. Thanks to how quiet the cart was, it wasn't too difficult.
ハク、この区画の計画書は
申し訳ございません。そちらはまだ。
早急に進めろ。悠長にしている時間はないはずだ。
かしこまりました。
They are just having a conversation about administrative matters, but every time Olga spoke, everyone stopped what they were doing. Everyone was afraid that they would have offended him if they spoke. They were all afraid of being the next person he would call to. It was easy to see that they were all frozen in their tracks, twitching in fear. But the next one that was called out to was Lucas.
ルーガス、
Lucas, sorry.
はい。あの一件以後、滞りはないだろうな。
I knew exactly what they were talking about. It was about the tax collection scuffle from the other day. I relived the cold, tense atmosphere in my mind. Olga looked briefly at me before turning his sharp gaze to Lucas.
問題ありません。
Lucas answered with an expression devoid of emotion.
では、マスカレードの件も進めろ。わかったな。
はい、父上。
The conversation ended there. Lucas scanned the crowd and then left. Olga, I mean. The man called Haku followed him while Lucas remained. The two were likely returning to the manor. I heaved a sigh of fatigue and relief. Whenever I saw Olga around, it always felt like the air became thinner. I did interact with tough people in my line of work, but he was on a completely different level.
どうしたの？もう喋っても大丈夫だよ。
だってまだルーガス様が。
The atmosphere had lightened a little around the town square, but there was some lingering tension.
店の責任者はどこだ？計画書はどうした？
それはまだできてないんです。
なぜだ？期日はとうに過ぎている。遅延の報告もされていない。
こっちだっていろいろあるんですよ。前回の代表は寝込んでるし、隣の区画との兼ね合いもある。
それでも進める猶予はあったはずだ。
それができなかったって言ってんですよ。たく、文句ばかり言って偉そうに。散々税で絞り取っておいて、こっちはその金を稼ぐのに手一杯なんだ。あんたらの都合に付き合ってられるか。そうだ、全部そっちで決めて押し付けて。
もう一度言ってみろ。
Lucas' voice lowered his voice, seemed to freeze everyone around him.
言えないのか。では問いにしてやろう。この町の主は誰だ？誰がこの町を動かしている？知らんわけではあるまい。何か問題があるならば報告する機会はいくらでもあったはずだ。問題を起こすなとは言っていない。報告しろと言っている。この町に住む以上その義務がある。
なこと言ったって今みたいに責められるだけだろうが。
推測で物を言うな。父上、必要な手順を踏むことを望んでおられる。今回の件はマスカレードのために必要な手順だ。決めるのはお前ではない。統治者である父上。
He spoke nonchalantly, but Lucas had an overbearing aura about him. The wolves were at a loss for words. What Lucas said seemed to be logical.
早急に全てを取りまとめ、今日中に報告しろ。わかった。
Lucas turned around to leave before they had another chance to respond. He headed south to leave the square, and our eyes met along the way. He saw that I was on an what? He saw that I was on an onlooker. I turned quickly away, but it was too late. What the fuck? I thought he would say something, but he vanished without a word. I was just browsing the shop, so there was no reason for him to say anything to me. But despite that, I felt tense like the other town people did. After Olga and Lucas left, the town square returned to its normal bustling. The atmosphere is so different when the hawks are around. Do the people here realize that? Although the way they can command respect everywhere may not be a bad thing. While I was starting to trail off and thought the two children got out for me.
店の人とルーガス様、なんで喧嘩してたんだ？
喧嘩？あれは喧嘩ではないんだけど。
でも嫌そうな顔してたよ。あれはどっちが謝ればいいの？
どっちが？難しいな。大人になるとそれだけで割り切れないこともあるんだ。
割り切れないって何？大人だから喧嘩してるの？大人なのに？
大人の方がうまくできないこともあるらしい。不思議だね。
I didn't know what else I could say. There are things children can do much more easily. Human relationships were different. There was a constant opposition between the wolves and hawks. To the children, all that was meaningless. I wonder when it all changed.
いいや。お店屋さんごっこしよう。
You could learn a lot from children on how to change gears so quickly. The end. Was also 11 minutes. It's not too bad. Anyways, thank you for watching. Tomorrow we will start the main quest again.
こっちの格好で出かけよう。
Oh, never mind. I have to do the female one as well.
服で出かけよう。
I forgot about that.
格好で出かけよう。
We have 4 more, I guess. But yeah, that's the plan. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.